Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us this Wednesday. I'm Jurnee Taylor, and here are the top stories we're following for you now at noon. I-30 road work in Saline County taking a bite out of people's wallets. In 2 minutes, the steps to how you can get reimbursed. Plus, the Secretary of State travels to Ukraine to show continued support for the war-torn country. A closer look at the details of his unannounced visit. And if you got a few hours to change your plans tonight, a little later, some events going on in Central Arkansas tonight if you're looking to get out of the house. But first, meteorologist Nathan Scott joins us. Nathan, it is hump day, and it is a hot one, let me say. It
is a sizzler out there, Jurnee. With all that sunshine, temperatures are off to the races once again. It's 94 right now in the capital city. 92 in Hot Springs, 90 in Searcy. Just a few clouds out there. But with the humidity, here's what it feels like. Feels like 107 in the capital city. Feels like 107 in Pine Bluff. Feels like 113 right now in Camden. A heat advisory has been posted for a large part of Arkansas. The radar loop is quiet at this time, but it's not going to stay quiet. We're going to have to watch out for the potential of spotty showers and storms developing with the peak heating of the day. A front is making its way in here from the north and northwest. And the Storm Prediction Center has gone up and said, okay, now we're looking at a 2 out of 5 risk that we could see strong, possibly severe thunderstorms for all the yellow area. And that encompasses pretty much all of southeast Arkansas. I'll tell you right now, the main threats are damaging wind gusts and maybe pea to quarter-size hail. Temperatures, though, warming up into the mid to upper 90s. Some locations could reach 100 degrees. But changes do arrive on our Thursday in the form of some cooler temperatures and also less humid conditions. More on that forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Nathan. Now the latest on a story that just won't go away. It's construction on I-30 in Saline County. Anyone who drives through the area knows how rough it can be. Now, if your car has been impacted in a construction zone, there's a way to get reimbursed, but the process can be tricky. Sarah Bakowitz has been following this story for some weeks now, and she shows us her latest efforts to get answers.
Two tow truck companies say calls keep coming to the same stretch of I-30. The average number of reported accidents on that stretch more than doubled from 2019 to 2022 compared to the year before construction began. I met with one woman whose car had hundreds of dollars in damage, and now she just wants to know how to get reimbursed.
So you kept this?
Yes. I want to
Why'd you
keep
keep
it because I didn't want them to say that I was lying. Like, there's no way that I can do this.
Kiara Holland says these two tires blew after driving over metal plates on I-30 near Benton.
I had to pay for everything out of pocket. I had to get 2 new tires, 2 new rims. My bumper, I had to get a new one, and a wheel alignment. It cost me about $780.
She drives her car for Amazon and Instacart deliveries, and the damage means she's not only paying for repairs, but making less money.
That's to the point where I don't want to go out that way where my work is for my safety, so I'll turn it down and go home without paying.
So she reached out to the State Claims Commission and Department of Transportation for help.
I tried calling multiple numbers. I kept getting transferred to other people.
I asked Dave Parker with RDOT, what should people do if their car was damaged?
First, try to reach out to the contractor. If they're not able to reach the contractor for whatever reason, they certainly can reach out to RDOT.
But when I went to the project's contractor, they declined to talk on camera, but said drivers should instead talk to RDOT. So if you do reach out to the Department of Transportation, Parker says,
ask us, hey, we need legal, and we'll direct you into that, and maybe they can help at least navigate the process a little bit.
As the construction is expected to finish up late 2024, years overdue.
They are being fined, it's a total of $77,700 per day for every day that they're late on that project. They're doing what they need to do, and we're doing what we need to do.
And drivers like Kiara figure out what's next.
It's going to get to the point where I have to take off work and go up there to see what's going on.
The Department of Transportation wants to slow people down in the area and put in a speed camera last month. It's led to 227 warnings and 66 tickets so far. We have more information on how to reach RDOT or the company right now on our website at thv11.com.
Well, RDOT also says ultimately the responsibility of damages within a construction zone, if proven, fall on the contractor. Well, getting away from the clutter of construction, today is the start of the Great Arkansas Cleanup. Keep Arkansas Beautiful will host many events scheduled over the next month in an effort to beautify our roadways, shorelines, and parks. They reported last year nearly $4.8 million of economic value was returned back to communities through the Great Arkansas Cleanup. Governor Sarah Sanders helped kick off the event this morning at North Little Rock's Riverview Park. Now, if you're interested in volunteering, feel free to stop by one of the 4 locations Saturday: Murray Park in Little Rock and Burns Park in North Little Rock, as well as a couple of visitor centers in Hot Springs and Heber Springs. For more information on these events, you can find the list online at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Well, the Hogs season opener in Little Rock was a bittersweet celebration for many fans, with many publicly voicing their complaints about long concession stand lines and lack of water and the ticketing problems. Officials from War Memorial tell us water was available at cooling and first aid stations, while an official from U of A Athletics say connection issues led to attendants doing visual ticket checks. Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, which runs War Memorial, tells us drinks other than water like Gatorade were available at concession stands. Now, the Jacksonville Animal Shelter is experiencing overcrowding issues like many shelters across central Arkansas. Now, city leaders are working to tackle the issue and clear up some confusion in the community. The Animal Control Commander released a statement last month. Much of the information is not new, but it does say that moving forward, animals will not be allowed to be in a crate for more than 24 hours. Now, this started an online uproar with rumors of when animals would be euthanized.
We haven't euthanized any dogs within 72 hours. We weren't planning on doing that. We haven't euthanized any dogs after holding them in a crate for 24 hours. That was completely false.
He says euthanasia is the last resort in an effort to free up shelter space. The new procedures will require them to keep records of all dogs euthanized with an explanation of why. For more on this, you can go to thv11.com. In Little Rock, several new ordinances have been approved. First, the city board giving the green light on the demolition of Little Rock Fire Station 9. This comes after it was hit hard by the March 31st tornado. Also, new real crime cameras for Little Rock Police were approved for purchase. Finally, the board gave the okay to the mayor and city clerk to sell property to UAMS for a green space. In the future, that space could eventually be next to a hotel connected to the hospital. Right now, online applications for the Angel Tree are open. Over 200 families have already applied. Applications are first come, first serve, and will stay open until the Salvation Army reaches capacity of families they can assist. Last year, the Salvation Army helped 935 families and 2,268 children who needed a little extra help during the Christmas season.
Trying to get the community to help us with it by adopting angels to make sure that kids all around central Arkansas will wake up Christmas morning with gifts to be able to open that are under the tree.
Well, families needing assistance for Christmas this year can apply for the Angel Tree online at saangeltree.org. You'll be able to sponsor online come October 3rd, then October 10th on Fridays and Saturdays. In-person adoption of an angel on a tree will be open as well. Gifts are due back by early December. Arkansas Attorney Tim Griffin announcing what he calls, quote, a big win over robocallers. A U.S. District Court in Texas ruling against Florida company HAA, saying they can no longer make robocalls or work with companies that do so in Arkansas. Arkansas was a part of a group of 6 other states suing the company. And in a statement, AG Griffin saying in part, unwanted calls are a nuisance to every Arkansan. The settlements give peace to Arkansans who have been plagued with unlawful and annoying calls from these bad actors, end quote. Griffin went on to say there is work to be done and his office will continue to fight against robocallers in our state. And in Washington, Senator Mitch McConnell returned to work yesterday amid ongoing concerns about his health. Nearly a week after the Senate's top Republican froze and stood speechless in front of reporters for the second time this summer. McConnell's office released a letter from the Capitol's attending physician. It says there's no evidence the 81-year-old senator has a seizure disorder or that he suffered a stroke or has Parkinson's disease. A major U.S. show of support for Ukraine today in its battle against the Russian invasion. Anthony Blinken on his way to Kyiv. Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington, D.C.
In an unannounced visit, Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
He's the first senior U.S. official to visit Kyiv since Ukraine began its counteroffensive in June against Russian forces.
We are determined in the United States to continue to walk side by side with you.
Blinken is expected to announce a new aid package worth more than $1 billion. That includes at least $175 million in military support.
The U.S. has so far provided more than $43 billion in security assistance to Ukraine. The Biden administration wants Congress to approve an additional $24 billion, but that could face a fight here on Capitol Hill.
I'm here in large part at the behest of President Biden to reaffirm our commitment.
Just hours before Blinken's visit, Russia unleashed aerial attacks on the capital. The missiles were largely intercepted, but showered residential neighborhoods with debris. And the latest developments follow the recent announcement that Russian President Vladimir Putin may be asking North Korea for weapons. There are reports Kim Jong-un may travel to Russia this month for a summit with Putin. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, it feels like we've been dealing with these high temperatures forever now, and the heat is spreading across the country. A closer look at the nationwide heat wave after the break. Nathan?
Our view 11 is not showing a cloud in the sky at this time, but that's going to be changing this afternoon as spotty showers and storms will bubble up. It's all ahead of a cold front. That cold front will bring us some changes going into the weekend. I'll explain what those changes are next.